The Ohio National Guard's story began before Ohio was even a state. From the Civil War through World War I and World War II, and into the global war on terror, Ohio's soldiers and airmen have defended this nation in every era. Each generation has faced different challenges, but the mission has remained the same: to protect the nation, support Ohio and its communities, and answer the call to serve.
Got a call that the 612th Engineer was looking for lieutenants to go on a deployment in Iraq, and that I had been selected to participate in that. And at the time, we didn't really know what the mission was going to be, and it was sometime during that mobilization process in October of 2004 that we learned we would be doing route clearance. That entire experience was new to everybody. You know, not only was I now an infantry lieutenant coming in to do an engineer job, we were doing jobs that really the engineers didn't know intuitively how to do and had to be learned. We were receiving all kinds of new equipment in the counter IED fight, and we had to learn how to use the equipment and then employ that in a real-world combat scenario. The job that we did was obviously inherently dangerous. I mean, we as route clearance, we were looking for the enemy's most casualty-producing weapon. At the time, I think in Iraq, you know, every IED that went off successfully against the U.S. vehicle resulted in like 2 casualties per strike. And so every IED that we found, we knew that we were saving lives, specifically and literally.
When we found out that we were being deployed, I didn't appreciate what was about to happen. There was so much about that deployment. I often refer to it as the best, worst year of my life. My perceptions of what my job was, I'm like, well, you know, I'm not combat camera, I'm public affairs. You know, what am I gonna do when I deploy? Am I just gonna run around on base and tell slice of life stories, do feature stories about interesting soldiers? Am I gonna just cover ceremonies? Like, I had no idea what I was gonna do. What it turned out was you were gonna do whatever you were basically willing and able to do. During Fallujah, we were getting ready to clear a house. They were racing across, but there was a pretty decent 100 yards that they had to traverse in order to get to the house. Well, they started taking sniper fire. Fortunately, there was a berm right there, and they dove into the berm and they had some cover, and so the rest of us, you know, fired back. I mean, when you see your comrades being pinned down, that's not the thing that you want to take a picture of. All of your training as a soldier immediately kicks in. You're like, okay, you know, we got to get these guys out of trouble. As a public affairs person, you know your primary responsibility is to tell the story and to catch these heroic actions that these guys are doing every day. But yeah, every once in a while, you just gotta put down the camera and you know, be the soldier.
This legacy is not confined to history books. It lives in the soldiers and airmen who continue to serve today, honoring the past while defending the future.
Currently, we have a multifaceted mission where not only do we have a stay-at-home ready reserve mission for any tasks presented from a federal side, also we have a domestic operations mission where we support any state functions that are needed or asked for by the governor. And more importantly, right now, we're currently operating in 8 different time zones. So we have members across the world at this point, ready at all times, and the rest are really in a standby state.
We're an expeditionary force. You know, we go overseas to fight. And so, you know, this will defend. It harkens all the way back to obtaining our independence. What I have always, I guess, seen as my job is to express the will of the American people.
I would hope that any future service members would understand that serving this nation is a privilege and an honor, and it's worth every sacrifice, up to and including the ultimate sacrifice. I was not hoping to give my life for my country, but I was certainly willing to.
This is our service.